I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And it was really one of the first things we connected on. It was one of the first things we started talking about when we met, was just the different things that we wanted to do in the world and how passionate we were about seeing change. I think that was, that's what got date 2 in the books, probably.
Plenty to talk about.
My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay, today is September 30th, 2023. It is 3:09 a.m. This is my back end, and there's this. New subscribers, welcome. This is video number 2. Let's continue, because I wanted to separate the tweets. I was talking about Williams and Kate kind of thing. So this, I need to move it up because it's part of that now. I will move it from that, so now we have 5. All right, so this is the one that I'm doing right now. Okay, Meghan made a grown man speechless. LOL, poor Harry. And there's the laugh and the heart. This is from the Spare, I believe, the book Spare. Went into the quiet room and found her at a small sitting area on a low velvet sofa in front of a low coffee table. She looked up, smiled. I apologized profusely. I can't imagine many people had been late for this woman. I settled into the sofa, apologized again. She said she forgave me. She was having a beer, some sort of a IPA. I asked for a Pavoni. I didn't want beer, but it seems easier. Silence. We took it all in. She was wearing a black sweater, jeans, heels. I knew nothing about clothes. That's for sure. I know that. And I don't think he really cared too much about clothes. Maybe now he does, after he married her. Okay, I knew nothing about clothes, but I knew she was chic. Then again, I knew she could make anything look chic, even a BV bag. The main thing I noticed was the chasm between internet and reality. I've seen so many photos of her from fashion shoot and TV sets, all glam and glassy, but here she was in the flesh, no frills, no filter, and even more beautiful. Heart attack, beautiful. I was trying to process this, struggled to understand what was happening to my circulatory of nervous systems, and as a result, my brain couldn't handle any more data. Conversation, pleasantries, and Queen's English all became a challenge. She filled the gap. She talks about London. She was here all the time, she said. Sometimes she left her luggage at Soho House because if she traveled there a lot, so she just leave one bag over there, so doesn't have to worry about it, to carrying back and forth. But now, I don't think she'll step over there anymore, knowing this is how they treat her. Maybe for other things, but not for the family and stuff like that, or for fun. Okay, while Meghan and Harry was head over heel in love, no wonder Piers is obsessed. He forgot how to speak his mother's tongue. Quote, I knew nothing about clothes. We know cousin Meghan changed that. Exactly. This part is so cute. Love at first sight. Okay, wow. And since that day, he never had eyes for another woman. Again, beautiful. Heart attack, beautiful. This part always kills me with laughter as I try to picture the scene. That was a nice, very description. Oh, that is so cute. Our guy was down bad from the jump. There's this. So stinking cute. All right, let's go to the next tweet. I don't have that much tweet to share on this video. Like I showed you before, it's what, 5? Okay, this is the next one. Every time when I watch toxic British media, I am reminded of this brave man, what a great husband and father who saw it happen and understood what he needed to do. We love you, Harry and Meghan. Yeah, I mean, every time I think about what I'm seeing going on in that institution, for him to come out this way as a man, it's very impressive. It's very impressive, and this is why sometimes I wish miracle will happen to the left behind kids over there. Because Harry was, 12 years old when his mother passed? And for him to come out to be the only sane person in that institution, he should took his family away from that barrel of bile. The face of a weak man who is controlled by a woman. Nope. That's not that. That's someone who have control of his life. He know what was right, and he know what he could do to better himself. My goodness. So these people, this is the nonsense, the toxicity, the crazy mindset in the UK. To show you are a man, you have to be doing all those stupid things. Abuse women, be drunk on the street and all of that. Jesus, you certainly must be talking about yourself. That's what I think. Let's alright, so there's that. Prince Harry is a man amongst men. That's exactly that. He takes responsibility seriously every time. That's exactly that. Okay, and he did very well. A man with heart and soul. Okay, go Harry. He just is goodness personified. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I mean, in every tweet you have to find one of them that has to show themselves. Next one. And then they're calling him spineless and all of that, but yet he was able to go and serve. And when they discovered where he was and he couldn't go back to do the same thing, so they put a barrier in front of him. What did he do? He learned to fly a freaking helicopter. Telling me those people who's calling him spineless and all of that, they need to look at themselves. Will they be able to do that? Look at Trump, who's showing perfect example. Look at Trump, for instance. When it was time for him to serve, he gave all sort of excuses. He had bone spur, all sort of things, right? And look at all the nonsense that he's showing to the country. Disrespect our constitution, all of our secrets and all of that. Would you call this a man? All right. Meanwhile, there's Harry, who actually went and served, who had spine to go and serve and be brave enough. You know, so there's the two comparison here. Not the same at all. But when they corner those people who's showing how tough they are, they can't stand it. But there's Harry here. He's going and face the bull right in front of the face, facing the bull. Okay, Harry and Meghan, quote, are said to have flown from Dusseldorf to Lisbon before traveling an hour south to the coastal town of Melodies. It is believed they stay with Prince Harry's cousin, Princess Eugenie, and her husband, Jack. Very interesting. So this is the archive. I'll leave the link in the description for you. Okay, so there's that. Duke and Duchess of Sussex made a secret trip to Portugal for a romantic break after Invictus Games. So when September 28th, 2 days ago, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex enjoy a mega secret 3-night break in Portugal after attending the Invictus Games in Germany. It has been claimed the couple are said to have flown from Dusseldorf to Lisbon before traveling an hour south to the coastal town of Melodies. Am I pronouncing this correctly? Melodies? Okay. It is believed they stayed with Prince Harry's cousin, Princess Eugenie, and her husband, Jack Brucebank. They now split their time between London and Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club and Melodies. Okay, am I pronouncing this right? So I'm thinking Melodies, okay, where Mr. Brucebank, 37, works in marketing and sales at the resort in the Alejandro region. The Duke and Duchess have remained close to Princess Eugenie, 33, and her husband, who have visited them in their home in Montecito, California. Portuguese magazine Nova Gente said the couple had flown to Portugal after the Invictus Game finished on September 16 and mega secret operation. Meghan, 42, and Harry, 39, preferred not to publicize this romantic getaway either through the press or through their social network, it said. They arrived in Portugal without their children, and as soon as they landed, they headed to Alejandro, and more precisely to Melillas. Quote, the choice of this location would have been related to a possible invitation from Harry's cousin, Princess Eugenie, who since the start of last year has been spending a lot of time in this part of the Alejandro because of her husband's work. The Sussexes are said to have left Portugal on September 20th on a BA flight to Heathrow, where they boarded an onward flight to Los Angeles to be reunited with their children, Prince Archie IV and Princess Elizabeth II, who had remained in California. That morning, they left for London from Lisbon's Humberto Delgado Airport on a British Airways flight, Nova Gente said. Accompanied by 2 bodyguards, they were last to board British Airways flight 501 at 11 bound to London Heathrow Airport. The couple okay, is that long? Okay, after this, that's it. You could finish reading. The link will be in the description. Okay, Meghan, 3/4. Accompanied by 2 bodyguards, they were the last to board BA flight 501 at 11 bound for London Heathrow Airport. The couple reached the plane in a white van carrying just them and their bodyguards. A witness quoted by the magazine said the couple had boarded smiling slightly and said the Duchess, who was dressed all in black, looked tired with her hair tied up and a ponytail. Meghan wore a 3/4 length sleeve dress, flat shoes, and discreet makeup, the magazine added. Harry opted for a t-shirt which was a color between green and blue, jeans and trainers. A Portuguese insider confirmed that the Sussexes had recently stayed in Melillas, saying, quote, the reports coming out of Portugal are accurate. Alright, so there's more. You could finish it. Alright, it's not that much left. So let's go back to this. They needed that. And one comment, I think it was the one during the last weekend thing with Costner, and I think in one of the comments, and I was saying those derangers who pretty much want to be in Meghan's spot after what they just did here in Dusseldorf, they will want a vacation because they won't be able to keep up with all of those work. But there they are. They did went on vacation, both of them. Okay, someone likely saw them in their way to Portugal wrote a whole fiction about the Sussexes, royal romance. Harry and Meghan don't publish their getaway. Well, when did they write it? So maybe they wait after they left? I don't know. It is believed is a dead giveaway. This story is someone's imagination at work, but I'll enjoy the nonetheless. Okay, they updated the story, and everyone and their mother has now confirmed that they were in Portugal. Okay, this one is pretty safe bet. Alright. Since when did fans of Meghan and Harry believe the information from the British newspaper Telegraph? Alright, so there's more. When they give the specific flight detail, there are multiple witnesses that they were on the flight. The head of tourism and the region confirmed it, as did their team, but go off. Alright, so there's more. Alright, so apparently it seems like it was okay. Can you believe how Emily Ferguson brought up the fake negative writing? Harry and Meghan. Okay, so there's more nonsense. Let's move on, because even though this video seems like it just started, but I've been recording for an hour already, past an hour. Go see part 1. Okay, so there's this here. This one is a small little, I would say, announcement to support Kevin Costner. So it goes like this. Sussex Squad, please go and show and support to Kevin Costner page for posting our fave Harry and Meghan. Newsflash, Kate and Willie fans are there shamelessly crying me a river with no shame. I am so embarrassed for them. Ignore them. Okay, so they I'm telling you, these people have no time for, they only have time for spewing nonsense. So that was the tweet, okay? To go, if you are, I believe it's on IG or something. I haven't been on Instagram for a while. All right, let's go to my last one. Now, this one is a little bit politics. Okay, this one is 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Trump supporters have doxxed Fani Willis' children, harassed her ex-husband and her 80-year-old father. Fani Willis, quote, "Threatening me is a waste of your time," end quote. Yeah, that's the way these people are, to scare people, to prevent them from doing their job. Meanwhile, and you would have thought that Trump will learn, because there's a lot of things he's done. He could have easily get away with it, but he keep on poking and poking and poking. Now it reaches black prosecutors, people who are in position to bring him to justice, and this is what caused him to be in the situation that he is in, because he doesn't know how to stop. All right, so it's 4 minutes and 14 seconds. So let's listen.
You can't talk about open cases, but I can. You received a letter from Jim Jordan, chair one of the congressional committees, essentially threatening you for your investigation and indictment into the former president, and threatening to take away some of this money. And I wish we had the letter to put up on the screen, but you essentially said your ignorance of the law is on full display right now. And when you take away our funding, these are the things that you are taking money away from. So you can't talk about the open cases, but tell us about that courage and that fearlessness. I've had an opportunity to talk about it a lot about you. So I want to hear it from you.
In this job, and women in general standing into these positions, to threaten me is a waste of time. It's a complete waste of their time. And it's not going to get anyone results, and I don't care if it's a member of Congress, I don't care if it's a local, someone in the community. One thing that people learn about me is I'm equal opportunity prosecutor. So if you come into this community and you violate the law, you're going to be held accountable. And some people have, taken exception to you could be rich or popular or famous. That does not give you the right to hurt people. And what they don't do is sit in my seat. And so I am the one there with the crying mama that usually looks like me. And they're telling me stories like, my baby was going to graduate, so we buried him in his cap and gown. And it is not until you have that kind of burden on your shoulders that you understand why it's so important and that people have value. It does not matter your educational level. It does not matter what your zip code is. None of that matters. You are entitled to the same protection as people that don't look like you that live in different communities. And believe me, I'm going to fight for those communities as well, because I cannot stand a bully and I can't stand people that hurt other people.
When she said the part about burying a child with cap and gown, just remind me of my friend. I told you in some other podcasts, I didn't participate in the fundraising this year that the squad were doing for Harry and Meghan's birthdays. A friend of mine, by a car accident, her daughter passed away, and the daughter didn't even get I believe she did her classes and everything, but never really get the diploma, the college diploma. So they're thinking of doing something to get the diploma and stuff like that. So it's very sad. It's very sad. No parents should ever have to bury their children. And I went to, let's leave that alone. Let's continue.
And we were talking about this backstage. People don't have any concept of the level of threats and hatred that are directed at your way. You were sharing your ex-husband. You all hadn't been together in 18 years. People showed up on his doorstep trying to intimidate you, your 80-year-old father's doorstep.
Right. No, it's been very troubling. I've become very private about my family because of the threats. I have 20-year-olds. They've doxed them. They've doxed my father. They've
explain to people what that
means. So what doxing is, and in particular, just recently on a Russian website, Y'all figure out why Russia would be interested. They put the information not only of me and my home address, but also some of my loved ones' addresses. Said a lot of racial things. I've been called the N-word so many times that I don't even think I hear it anymore. But a lot of ugly and nasty things about me, but just with the purpose of you should go and intimidate and threaten this person and their family because of certain prosecutions.
Showing up at your ex-husband's house. I mean, it's one thing when you put your name on the ballot and you run for office. What's this like for the people who, what's this like for your loved ones?
It's difficult, and I felt really bad. My ex-husband is remarried. His wife was there. We have a really good relationship. When your kids get 20, y'all start combining forces like they crazy. We need to work on them right now. And so it really bonds you because you have these love for these people and you want to see them successful. And so me and him have a really great friendship. And I felt terrible, and I'm asking him can you get out of where you live? What can we do? I had my security do things to try to make sure that they took safety precautions, but it's very unfair to the other people, and it's a waste of time. It's not going to stop anything that I'm doing.
Wow, that's the part here. It's not gonna stop what he's doing. Yeah, it's very sad, and I'm glad she's doing what she said she's done for the ex-husband. And it's funny. In the previous video where we were talking about William and Kate, and I said in one of the comments that she should move on. And when I think about it, move on meaning that they're keeping their relationship a secret. They're saying that she's not going to Singapore because she's gonna be there to take care. They didn't say it like that. Like the kid is gonna take an exam, so she needs to be there to support. So we know it's all BS, right? The thing is that she needs to move on. If they are divorced, move on. Create, I don't know, maybe not create another brand new family, because I don't know what those institutions have done, but she needs to move on and start moving forward, because then again, these people, they prefer status than actually well-minded. So forget what I was gonna say. Never mind. So that's the end of this. I'm not gonna go into the comments and stuff. Fanny said, I'm not the one. Yeah, or the two. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Let me see my notification. There's 3 here. I never knew the UK had such a thing. Thank to Meghan for letting me know, for letting me and probably the majority of you know that the UK has such thing. I thought that was one of many reasons they were getting millions of tax money, highlighting things like that. Now that Meghan showed us, the West been effing up that, meaning that they're not with the Black History Month, that kind of thing. Alright, so that is it. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for, I don't know, the word eventful. I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes when those words popped up in my mind, just type it, see if something happened. Short a prayer of praise after a successful event. Dear Father, thank you for blessing me with such a successful event. You helped me during the planning process. You know what just that remind me of the Invictus game. Look at this, that tweet that I was just reading, that they went on vacation to somewhere in Portugal. So they had a successful event. So let's dedicate that to this eventful. So that's it. Again, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it.
Kanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better